Do you ever experience moments when it feels like you're drowning in plain sight? I mean, there you are, giving everything you have, you're staying late, you're solving problems, you're being the person everyone counts on. Yet somehow, when it comes to pay hikes or promotions, you're invisible. I know that feeling because I've lived it. And today we're going to talk about why that happens and, more importantly, how you can change it. I'm Beverly Barr, and I want to share something with you. You see, in corporate America, feeling overlooked isn't just about missing out on recognition. It can be about questioning your very worth. It's about those quiet moments in your car after a long day when you wonder, does any of this even matter? Let me tell you something. It matters, and you matter. And that feeling in your gut telling you that you deserve to be seen, that's not ego, that's your truth. I've spoken with so many people who feel their significant contributions have gone unnoticed. The disappointment in their voices is unmistakable. But what stands out even more is the realization that in waiting to be seen, they're also unknowingly giving away their power. The reality is we're living in a time where the workplace moves at the speed of light. Everyone is running so fast that the small victories and the daily impacts, they all blur together. But here's what I've learned. This isn't about you being inadequate. It's about a system that has forgotten how to pause and acknowledge the human spirit that keeps it all running together. I want you to think about this for a moment. How many times have you dimmed your light because no one has seemed to notice it shining? How often have you swallowed your ideas because you thought, what's the point? But here's the truth that changed everything for me, and I believe it will change everything for you. Your value isn't determined by others' ability to see it. And I want to say that again. Your value isn't determined by others' ability to see it. When we start from this truth and stop asking for permission to be seen and start showing up who we are, something happens. And this isn't about arrogance, it's about alignment with your own worth. I want to share a practice that transformed my approach to visibility. Each week I started documenting my achievements, not for anyone else, but for myself. The big wins, the small victories, moments of impact, everything. And it wasn't just about record keeping, it was about reclaiming my narrative. Because here's what happens when you start acknowledging your own worth. You begin to move differently. You speak differently, you lead differently, and that energy, people feel it. They cannot help but notice it. And let's be real. This journey isn't just about being noticed. It's about something much deeper. It's about connecting to that part of yourself that knows you're here to make an impact, that knows your voice matters, that knows your presence has the ability to change rooms. So when you start seeing yourself clearly, you naturally begin to help others see themselves too. And that's real leadership. And it's not waiting for permission, but it's creating a space for collective rising. So I'm going to share 3 strategies, and that was number 1, journaling. And I've watched teams transform when they implemented this practice. When every team member documented their impacts, not just the task, but problems solved and the value they created. The result, it was a team that could clearly articulate their contributions and support each other's growth. Second, strategic storytelling. It's not easy for most of us to talk about contribution, but it's important. So I want you to shift from giving dry status updates to sharing your story of value creation. Here's an example. This is the solution implemented. It didn't just improve efficiency by 30%, it gave the customer service team 2 hours extra in their day to connect with customers. And that's not bragging, it's proving clarity to everyone that speaks to the value you created. Number 3, Feedforward Conversations. Instead of asking, how did I do? Start asking, what opportunities do you see for greater impact? I've seen this simple shift transform careers. It shows leaderships and creates space for growth-focused dialogue. I incorporate this into my leadership training development sessions, and it comes from a technique I had the privilege of learning directly from thought leader Marshall Goldsmith. It's an approach I've used for years to help organizations achieve growth and success. And implementing this will help you too. If you want to learn more about it, let me know in the comments. Remember, in this fast-paced world, visibility isn't just about being seen, it's about being remembered. It's about creating such undeniable value that your impact echoes long after you leave the room. Because you're not here just to do a job. You're here to make an impact, to create change, to build something lasting. And yes, sometimes that means being the one to say what others are afraid to say, to stand when others sit, to lead when others wait. And I want you to know something. I see you. I see you, and I know your struggle, your excellence, and your potential. And more importantly, I see the leader you are. Because that's what this is about. Not just being seen, but seeing yourself clearly enough to help others rise. What would change if you stopped waiting for recognition and started creating it? What's possible when you fully own your value? This conversation is just beginning, and your voice is essential. Until next time, remember, you're not invisible, you're invaluable. And it's time the world knew it. I'm Beverly Barr, Raise the Bar Coaching and Consulting.